adjusting left and right footwork, adjusting left and right this from this angle to everyone, and right left adjustment, and right variation. Everyone, you can take a look. When we play, besides front and back, there's also left and right for many friends. Is just what? The training plans we usually push practice. Left, attack right, one backhand, one forehand, one forehand, one backhand, right? So for this left and right adjustment and variation, what should we pay attention to are a few issues. First, the first issue is everyone's stance. Adjust the stance first. Everyone look, I'll do a wrong demonstration first. One on each side. This is very slow. This is very slow, right? But you need to think about, for one backhand and one forehand, the left-right adjustment, the backhand or forehand transition. Which one do we need to protect the most? Everyone must learn to actively protect our forehand. Why? Because our backhand space for generating power is limited. The backhand mainly manifests in what? Actually, it's that we can land it on the table steadily and create pressure on the opponent to create opportunities for our forehand. This is the use of our backhand. It's not that I just ignore my forehand. Score with my backhand. I believe everyone, including anyone else, doesn't have that kind of ability. Okay. So when we go to practice, many friends just do. In order to make it easier for the backhand to generate power, their backhand stance will be very sideways. Doing this kind of small pivot towards the backhand position. With this kind of sideways stance, everyone might be easy to generate power. But you will find that after you generate when it comes to your forehand. Did everyone see that? When it comes to the forehand, because there is not enough time for this forehand is still in a state with the right leg. Forward, right? The right leg is in a forward state. Then it's equivalent to you restricting your forehand's power generation. Then it's equivalent to you not generating any power at all, if you want to execute the backhand and forehand transition well. Look, what is my stance for the backhand? My stance for the backhand is the left foot is slightly forward. The left leg is slightly forward. Which is a stance that is slightly biased towards the forehand. Then this way, if I hit one backhand and one forehand, you see 1, 2. Did everyone notice? It became fluent. Why is it fluent? Because after I finish hitting the backhand and go to the slight adjustment of my feet, my right hip then has space to generate power, right? Because if your right foot is in front, no space to generate power. With the right leg slightly behind, only then do you have space to properly project the forehand's power generation. We must first let our backhand make an appropriate sacrifice. But actually, you can look. What does backhand power generation mainly relies on the middle, the waist and abdomen, your forearm, fingers, and wrist. Actually, for your backhand, there is no need to make your left hip yield completely like this to whip the ball. With the left foot in front, look, as long as you just do a backhand, everyone look. Is my quality low now? Am I unable to generate power? That's absolutely impossible, because as long as my stomach can apply force, and my forearm and wrist can apply force, it doesn't mean the backhand definitely requires everyone pay attention to the backhand at the very least, or even the left foot slightly forward. As long as after you finish hitting, you go to the forehand, bang, bang. My forehand can then have space to generate power. Then if my backhand is like this, I will what? Because the ball is fast, I also want to transition like to the forehand. But what? The ball is already then it's equivalent to cutting all my scoring potential into whipping with power on the backhand, making my forehand become a mere stopgap. Then think about it yourself. Can your transition be never transition well? Just one aspect, if you serve me 2 sets, everyone look. You will basically just fall apart. This is the first thing that needs to be changed, the state of the backhand stance. Okay, so what about the second one? Everyone needs to know. Transition between our forehand and backhand. Actually, everyone, you all know this thing is not some 2 feet, left foot first, then right foot first, then left, right foot, state like this. Promise me, you guys can actually take a look in a match. The transition between your forehand if you want to use this kind of footwork, completely impossible. Theoretically, you should use a side step shuffle step. Do you have enough time? Serve to me a bit faster. Like this. Friends, do you have time? Do you have enough time? You don't have enough time, right? Basically, our forehand or backhand transition, this kind of small adjusting step, is already completely enough, right? You certainly can't do it, right? Such a large side step can't be done. Well, right? And for many of us adults, we basically, you see, if we just stand in the middle of this table, after we finish hitting the backhand, you see, my height is not very tall either. But when my hand is placed normally like my arms are not long, they're even a bit short. I have basically almost been able to cover the forehand side of the table. It's equivalent to my feet just needing to move about 15 centimeters. And I can cover this wide forehand angle, right? So the point isn't about the feet needing to run such a huge distance. Rather that for our forehand, it relies on the strength of our waist and abdomen. Whether the transition is good or not, it depends on whether your transition is about how much distance you have from left to right. It's about your forehand, your backhand stroke transitioning to your forehand, and your forehand stroke transitioning to your backhand to be fast. So everyone, you must first learn to use your waist and abdomen. What kind of feeling should your waist and abdomen have when you are in the ready position? Your stomach is already braced, which means it's in a tightened state. Then, after you finish hitting the backhand, your first reaction is not what? It is not to hurriedly pull your hand back over. See that? This is a problem for many hitting, friends. They first use their shoulder to quickly lug it over. Right? The hand is desperately trying to quickly transition to the forehand, of not having enough time. Actually, right? Correctly speaking, what must our power generation do? Feel the power of the waist and abdomen. What does this waist and abdomen your stomach power is feel pulling like? This way. Everyone look, after hitting the backhand, pull it to the forehand. See the that? Stomach pulls again, right? 1, 2. Look at the stomach pulling. 1, you must use your stomach. The stomach area is the only part of the whole body that what? The only thing that can transition the fastest. You see, the hand has the size of its stroke. It requires time, right? Footwork has the amplitude of steps. It also requires only the waist and abdomen can, in the fastest directly time, transition largely right in place. Okay, now I will let everyone take another one for everyone. Do everyone feel that for this ball? I'm basically waiting for the ball to hit it. Why is it fast? It's not that I pull my hand fast. It's not that my feet move fast. But rather, what is fast? It's that my stomach. Ripping over, pulling over, this pulling action of the stomach. Come, I'll do another one for everyone. See that? I'm pulling fast from here. 1, 2. Everyone, close your eyes when my stomach pulls over. My hand actually doesn't do this deliberate backswing. Deliberate, huge kind of backswing, right? Because when you transition close to the table, what is required? It requires that you have a good level of fluency in your transition. Because if the opponent's ball to you is fast, naturally, the faster is speed. It is equivalent to greater power. Which also means what? It means it's easier for us to borrow power. So when we do the forehand or backhand transition, it's more of a process of borrowing the opponent's power to hit. It doesn't mean we are constantly pulling our hands back, swinging our arms, and actively generating all the power. So everyone must learn to use the waist and abdomen. Over, right? Then what does our hand do? The hand follows our waist and abdomen and center of gravity. Look, 1, 2. I don't need to deliberately use my shoulder to pull back. Only then will your transition be fast. Even if you used your waist and abdomen, your hand goes to pull back, you will easily be jammed. Everyone take a look. Right? Because for the contact point of a topspin ball, the further in front of your body it is, the better. So we should pull our hands less. And what? The waist and abdomen should be fast. Come, everyone look. Did everyone see that? Let's do another one. Right? Again. Did everyone see this feeling? So mainly you must have the waist and abdomen. Close table balls. This thing isn't about me stepping back half a meter from the table. It's not about that. It's close to the table, isn't it? So everyone must learn to use the waist and abdomen to forehand, or returning both from rely on the waist and abdomen's continuous, non-stop power generation. For you to want to play with continuity. There are 2 places that cannot stop. One is the legs. They cannot stop, cannot relax. The second is the stomach, the abdomen. It cannot stop, cannot relax. Then what can our hands do? The hands can relax and tighten, relax and tighten, relax. For the hand, it is an alternating relaxing. There is a feeling of looseness, right? Only when you have relaxation. Only when you have relaxation. The hand is not tense, but your body. The stomach plus the footwork must be continuously tense. Look, tense, right? You can return a backhand to me again. Tense. Right? Did you see? The hand can alternate between the body must be continuously compact. This way, your continuity will be strong. Your hand will then be appropriately relaxed and tight on every shot. Then if your hand is also completely tense all the time, then you will what? The more you hit, the stiffer you become. Then if your hand relaxes, but your body is completely relaxed, you will be very scattered. Come. This is the issue of the waist and abdomen. The third thing I'll explain to everyone is the transition of the hand. Okay, actually, I briefly mentioned a sentence for the transition between our forehand and backhand. You cannot use your shoulder to transition. Actually, everyone look. I'll do it a bit exaggeratedly. You see, like me, as long as I finish hitting the backhand, I can quickly use the front, use the forehand to hit this ball, adjusting. What is the fastest key? Everyone can look. Come, I'll just do it like this. Feel it a bit. You see, what do I adjust the fastest? fastest. Adjusting. Where is the fastest? It must be adjusting the wrist, right? Adjusting the state of your racket. Backhand or pen hold, you see, right? What it adjusts is the state of your racket. Isn't it? It mainly adjusts the state of the racket. But if everyone, you go and adjust your own shoulders, adjust your own upper arms, then what problem will you encounter? Your adjustment movement will be very large. Your adjustment movement will be very large. If I use my fingers and wrist to adjust from backhand to forehand, I can adjust it this quickly. This quickly I can, right? But if I use my shoulder, use my upper arm and body, everyone look, like this, right? You see, hitting out, I have to pry the tip of my hand back. Only then is it considered adjusted. So everyone absolutely must not use the feeling. Carry your racket to adjust, but rather you must actively adjust your racket, which is to say, mainly adjust your fingers and wrist. Actively adjust your fingers and wrist. This way, yours is the fastest hand transition. Also, the second issue, with hand transition in many aspects, what is there? It's that they also know if they want to play well, they must finish hitting the backhand before going to the forehand. And finish hitting the forehand before returning to the backhand. I can't say I hit the backhand and go to the forehand. This is also definitely not okay, right? But many friends, regarding completing this stroke, have a misconception. This misconception stems everyone's understanding of recovering. I'll do a shadow to ready position. Hit backhand, recover. Hand recovers, then go to forehand. Forehand finished, hand recovers, then return to backhand. Everyone, you look. Can you keep up like this? Impossible. There's fundamentally not enough. Not enough transition of the hands between forehand and backhand. Everyone, what is considered finished? For backhand, you see, the racket goes out. You look. Let me do one for everyone. When my backhand reaches this point, hasn't the ball already reached the opponent's side of the table? The ball has already left our racket. Then actually, after we finish this part, the hand starts transitioning directly from the front here. Look, it starts transitioning directly from the front. After hitting, you pull your hand back. And then transition. The forehand. When I finish hitting the forehand, after hitting, I directly transition my hand from the front back to the backhand. Then if I directly recover to neutral, you see, I don't have enough time. I completely lack the time, right? So everyone must definitely whether it's the backhand or the forehand. The end of every stroke is at the exact moment the forward motion is completed. Look, backhand completes here. Forehand completes here too, right? So when we transition, where is its transition position? Its transition position is right in front of our body. Start transitioning from here. So starting the transition from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It starts transitioning from here. And everyone, count the steps backhand, let me show you, if done the wrong way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is having completed the entire transition. It takes 5 steps, right? But actually, everyone look, if done correctly. 1, 2, 3, done. It only takes 3 steps. I'll repeat it again. Now, the transition position. The position to adjust the wrist is in front of the body. Here, adjustment, adjustment, adjustment. See that? You absolutely must not pull your hand back after hitting. Nor should you rely on your shoulder after hitting. Rely on your shoulder to transition. Now I will demonstrate a few more for everyone. You watch. See that? Forehand. Back to backhand is the same. This way it will feel very smooth. Right? You can go faster and it won't matter. As long as we are smooth. Right? Ball can be as fast as it wants. Right? Again. Right? Let's do another one. Did everyone see that? Doesn't this mean the speed will be very fast? Why is it fast? 1. I am using my waist and my movements are concise. 3. I adjusted my wrist in front of my body. This way, your center of gravities. Your left-right transition between forehand and backhand. The left-right transition will be fast.